This holiday season, witness the story of the first Christmas through a whole new set of eyes.
It's the wise men.
Hide quickly.
Look! The other way.
The other left. Deborah, are you okay? How many hooves am I holding up?
From the studio that brought you Miracles from Heaven and Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. Meet the unlikely heroes behind the greatest story ever told.
Herod is up to something.
Marion needs help. We need to save her. You're in danger. You need to listen to what I'm about to say extremely carefully.
Do you want a belly rub?
Bo.
If you want to get to my friends, you're gonna have to get past me first. What is that?
What's what? That wasn't supposed to look, was it?
Donkey Kid!
Dave.
I'm gonna go find someone to poop on. No, too big, too big!
Ruth.
Almost down. One more chasm. Uh-oh. Well, didn't exactly stick the landing, but that was good.
Dave!
I'm under you and in a lot of pain.
And Deborah, Cyrus, and Felix.
The new king's in danger.
Run for your life!
Get out of the way!
Here's a little well-placed distraction.
The star.
Wait a second, are they eating chicken? Ladies, run!
Hey everybody, I'm Lee Blickley and I'm joined by the star herself, Gina Rodriguez.
What up, y'all? Hey! What a beautiful room.
You have no fans, none in this room.
I've had warriors, that's what I have. People fighting for my career, so thank you. Appreciate it.
Well, we're so happy to have you here, and this is such a fun movie. I got the chance to see it. And you know what?
I haven't seen it yet.
You haven't seen it yet?
So actually, don't take anything I say to heart, because Lee is actually the...
Yeah, I'll let you know if it's in the movie.
How was it? Did you like it? It was
great. I loved it.
Oh, great. Good
I mean,
to
it's
know.
just like this story I've never heard before. And
Yeah, just never, ever.
never, ever. So you play, a former virgin on television, but now you're playing the most famous virgin that ever lived, Mary.
No pressure. No pressure at all. Yeah, I am.
Yeah, tell me about this casting choice, you know?
It's typecasting. It's really rude, and I'm completely against it. It's interesting. Devon Franklin, who's one of the producers and also a man of faith, him and I had already been discussing working together in some capacity. I also am a woman of faith in the industry, and you don't find many that want to mix or collab the two. So when this opportunity came, he was like, "Do you want to play the Virgin Mary?" And I was like, "Yes." Of course, my child. No, I didn't do any of that. I promise I wasn't sacrilegious. But it's very exciting, and it was a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
It is exciting because, kids. I grew up Catholic, and I went to CCD. If everyone else in here is Catholic,
I love the light.
Yeah, and we got this is a very important story.
Yes.
But now you guys put it in this like fun animated movie with a kind of different tale that's we don't really hear, which is about a donkey named Bo and his whole journey, how he rescues Mary pretty much so that she can
successfully
deliver Jesus.
Yes.
Yeah. So what is that kind of what drew you in, is putting it in like a kid movie and having it, be seen by a different kind of audience?
Yeah, I when I first got the script, I within 5 pages was dying of laughter. I mean, it is hilarious. It is written so well, and the casting was already starting to come together, and it was fantastic actors. So five pages in, I was like, oh, I'm hooked. Like, I think this is a phenomenal take on the nativity story, a story I have heard time and time again. I have yet to see it in this direction, in this narrative, which is one that isn't as, I would say, it doesn't carry as much weight as the ones that we've heard when we were younger. It has a lighthearted nature that allows, I would say, outside of the audiences have already heard the nativity story, it allows them to come in without any kind of anxiety that it's going to be different from their religion or things that they've been told in the past. So I think it's a really beautiful introduction to the nativity story. And it also allows my nieces and nephews to see me in something. Because my sisters will not let them see me in Jane the Virgin. They're like, we're not trying to have that talk with our kids yet. I'm like, well, you need to. And they're 8, so maybe they don't need to quite yet. So they definitely are not watching Jane the Virgin, so it's very exciting they get to finally see this.
Yeah, this is your first animated movie? correct?
Yes, this is my first animated
that's so
movie. And I have a second one coming out like a month later, Ferdinand, the bull,
Ferdinand,
which is
I
very
saw
exciting.
that.
Yeah.
So what about being in an animated movie excited you? Because it's a totally different kind of situation. You're, of course, not yourself on screen, but it's your voice. Talk about being in the voice booth and what that was like. Because I'm sure you're still acting to get it all out there.
Yes, 100%, if not more so, because you're creating this world that people can't see, and they really have to feel through your words. So if I was... anything from any kind of delivery I would have in Jane the Virgin, it has to be magnified to the 10th degree for the star, just so that you really can come across, your emotion can come across in a different manner. So at times it feels like you're overacting, if you will, but it's kind of an interestingly lonely experience. You're in the booth by yourself with a just made out with my microphone, in the booth by yourself with your director, and your imagination is on 10 because you are running through this world that does not exist, that maybe exists in sketches, that maybe you saw like a small little sketch of something and you have to create the world around you, what you're looking at, where you're headed, where you're coming from. So it is a masterclass, if anything, on acting, and really allows you to get in there deeply and carve out the space that no one can see, but you have to somehow take them on this journey. So it was definitely something that was new to me. I had never messed around with animation prior, and since then I've done many more animations. I'm working on Carmen Sandiego right now, and it was definitely the introduction that I needed, especially working the capacity with the actors I was working with. The director that I was working with really helped guide me and teach me so many things that I wasn't privy to in the world of animation that I am now.
So cool, because I was always interested in knowing if you guys were, as cast members, in the booth together, kind of, you're able to kind of bounce off each other.
You're
but
all
you're
by
really
yourself.
Just alone.
Yeah, so it really is an exercise of the imagination. If you can imagine you have nobody acting across from you, you also can't, like, hit anything or the microphone picks it up. You know, you can't make extra sounds that you don't want added in there. So you're really hyper-focused on your movements, your body motions, and actually... one of my professors from NYU, Rosemary Quinn, is in the audience, who is the reason why I went to NYU. The reason why I'm an actor today is because of this woman right here.
Oh, that's so special.
And really, she changed. And I think about my movements because when I was auditioning for NYU, I was very wild and didn't know how to contain myself, and Rosemary helped me in that regard tons. And so when you're in the booth, like I said, like even these little sounds would be a distraction. So they give you, at times, if you're a maniac like I am, a little like child bar is what they call it, so you can hang on to it. So instead of like being like, no, what's happening? What are you doing? Where are you going? You know, you're holding onto the bar and you're like, wow, what's happening? No, where are you going? Where are you? Just make sure I keep my virgin covered. So they gave me like this little children's bar to hang on to so that I didn't make all the extra sounds that I am so used to as a Puerto Rican and very physical actor always making. Hi, Jen. So that was very interesting, and it is a very different experience. But now I don't need the baby bar anymore. Y'all, I've graduated from the baby bar. I know, thank you. I don't need to hold the baby bar anymore. I got this now.
I'm like, do we have a baby bar here,
I
guys?
need a baby bar because I'm making all these
out?
sounds everywhere I touch.
I'm gonna need a baby bar. Do you see, so when you have your own animated character, they tend to put some of yourself in the animation. Did you see that in Mary?
You know, for Mary, she is very calm. And she's very thoughtful, she's very sensitive, and she's not abrupt, and she's not so completely opposite of myself, like literally everything. So it was not only a work in deciding that character, so also coming into the booth with that emotional state, and she is in a place where she has to calm down Joseph's anxieties, and she has to take care of this crazy donkey that's, you know, quacking at donkeys don't quack. Yeah. Just in case you guys were wondering, that's what is the sound? what do you call that?
Hee-haw,
they
right?
Hee-haw. Yeah.
They're
like what? Bright. Oh. See, of course you would know. God, I love you.
We got to go back to film school.
I need to go back to NYU. It's right across the street. We need to take our ass back. So I came in with a very different emotional state. So I would come in very calm, very controlled, because she is that the entire way. And they do have a camera that's on your face so they can get your, the different gestures that you make, which you'll see probably a little bit more in the other animations because I play some other characters that are much more wild. But Mary's very calm. She's, very controlled.
She's even very calm when she tells Joseph that she's pregnant.
She tells him very calm. Listen, you're going to
kid's
tell a man
movie,
that it
right?
ain't his baby.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That it's the Lord's baby.
Lord's baby.
You gotta tell him with ease. You can't be yelling that at anybody. It's not your baby. It's God's baby.
I even knew the story, of course, and I'm going, I wonder how Joseph is going to react.
You gonna be all right, Joseph?
She's so worried.
But that's what I think is beautiful. I can't wait till you guys till you watch it. But that's what I think was so awesome about the take of this narrative was even in those moments where contextually, if you take it out of context, as we do with lots of historical events and stories, especially one like that comes out of the Bible, there's just this weight to it where it's like, oh my goodness, what is she gonna tell Joseph? And the way we would react as normal human beings is like, what are you talking about? That ain't your baby, But the way they do it, the way they wrote it with just such ease and it was so smart that you just kind of are like, believe her. Yeah, it's God's baby.
Roll right into the story.
Yeah, you're just like, duh.
Yeah. With of course, Bo, who's like the cutest donkey ever. And that's played by Stephen Yeun from Walking Dead, guys. He's back in donkey form.
He's so precious. Oh, my God.
And then you have Keegan-Michael Key.
Who's hilarious.
Kristen Chenoweth.
Yeah,
and then
the
a little-known newcomer called Oprah Winfrey.
Wait, who?
Yeah. Oprah. Oprah, I think her name is.
I'll look her up on Google.
Yeah. She's supposed to be a really big
AOL.
hit.
I'm sure somewhere's got the information. Oprah.
Did you get to see Oprah at all, like cross paths through the voice booth?
No. I would definitely go to my animation early just to see if I caught anybody. Like I was that creep. Then I was like, oh, I'm sorry, I just showed up 15 minutes early. I have no idea how the car got here. So who's in there? Who's working? I could jump in there if you want me to. I'll do it. I'll just do it for fun. It's not a big deal. But no, I got to meet Oprah during the Super Soul 100 that I was a part of, and she's just as epic as you would think.
What's it like being a part of an all-star cast like this, but you don't really get to meet them until, I guess, now when you guys are doing the red carpets and the press
which we're going to be able to do on Sunday, and I can't wait because I'm going to be clawing at each and every one of them. No, it's incredible. I mean, I got to work a lot with Zachary, who plays my Joseph, and that was very cool. And Zach is the best. Zach is the best. But we'll see. We'll see how much excitement I have on Sunday when we premiere it, because I think it's going to be through the roof when I see Oprah. I'm like, Oprah!
Yeah, because again, you haven't seen it yet. So what are you most looking forward to seeing?
Watching
is there a certain
it entirely.
Scene? Yeah,
in its entirety. No, I really want to see. Going in there and doing your side of an animation is very exciting because you only know what you've done. So to see it all come together, it's just gift upon gift upon gift. Yeah.
Well, you've been very busy. Super busy. So you have this, you have Ferdinand, you have some other projects coming out. Annihilation, I think.
Annihilation.
You're still doing
by
Jane the
Alex
Virgin.
Yeah.
Gosh, she's just so busy.
Oh.
How do you find time to do all of this? How do you balance it out?
I don't know.
She's like, I really don't know.
I don't know. I haven't figured it out. You know how you balance it out? By being a struggling actor for 10 years. Yeah, because then you hit it and you get to do what you love every day, and you're like, well, I slept for 10 years. So I was very much, and that was, I think that makes me the most gracious, is the time that it took me to cultivate the kind of woman I wanted to be in the industry. And so now I'm here and I get to be that, because there was all those lovely obstacles and challenges that allow me to sit on the stage and appreciate every single thing that's coming out of your mouth, because it is everything I wanted to do for so long. Yeah.
And then you have your acting teacher.
Oh my God, who made me cry earlier. I couldn't even. This woman changed my life, y'all. Education. Rosemary Quinn is the best. You want to be an actress? Learn from that woman, because she will change your life. Clearly. Thank you, Rosemary. I can never thank you enough.
So sweet. Like, I'm getting a little teary. This is like a full circle moment for you.
Really? They're like, somebody wants to see you, and I was like, get out of here. I mean, it's incredible because, NYU, as we were passing NYU on the way here, my team who knows I went there, they're like, oh my God, how crazy is it to be like on your campus and stuff? And I'm like, all the memories, all the dreams that I made when I was in that place, all the goals I set, that I'm only now living. So here is a testament to going after what you love. Because as a 33-year-old woman who wanted to be an actress before she graduated college, who said she was going to be discovered before she graduated college, that did not happen. But what else didn't happen was I didn't give up. I didn't stop. And I'm not going to stop because I'm nowhere near the kind of dreams that I now have created because I was able to see the other ones through. So let me be a testament. You're thinking about giving something up? Don't. Because I bet you the second you're about to is the second it's about to happen. So just keep on keeping on.
Wow, that deserves a round of applause, guys. Follow your dreams.
That or tears, because I'm like, I'm sweating.
Well, I'm so happy someone like you is getting the success they deserve because I
don't know if I'm deserving of it, but
Yes,
thank you.
you
I
are.
appreciate that.
I absolutely love Jane the Virgin, as I'm sure a lot of us in this room do. It's such a great show.
Oh, I can't take credit for that either because Jenny Erman, our creator, our writer, is beyond brilliant. And this season, I think, is smarter than any season. And in the 4th season as an actress, you don't think you're going to have that opportunity for a show to get better, for it to be written better, for you as an actor to do new things you've never done for 3 years. I mean, we're on episode like 72, y'all. Yeah. I could not imagine in a million years by episode 72 playing the same character that I would actually feel like I'm doing something new. That's Jenny. That's not me. That's Jenny.
Was it one of those things when you first got the pilot script that you knew it was going to be something special and you're like, I have 100%. To do this?
I mean, I have to audition for this. Yeah. That's what I said. I wish it was that. I was like, I have to try to get this. But when I read the script, again, it was like 10 pages in. I was like, who is this woman that created this? Because she is brilliant. And then I found out it was a redhead from Boston. And I was like, how does she know about Latinos this well? I was like, what is in her tea? But what I realized is that she was writing for a woman, a successful, educated woman that had convictions, that wanted to see her life turn out a certain way, and it didn't because that's the way life works. And the addition of us being Latino was just that beautiful addition that so many Latinos walk around with. You know, we are so much more than just our skin color and so much more than the perception of others in the Latino culture. We are so much more than that.
Yes.
Right?
I heard up there.
Girl. So that being said, it was nice to just do a show that was for a woman. And I think that's why it resonates with so many people of so many different ethnicities and so many cultures and so many religions because it is just that. But, you know, I remember getting it and people were like, oh my God, Gina talks about... Listen how I gave them a voice already. That's terrible. That was me being bitter. But they had said that they thought it was crazy that I would choose this, as though I had a choice at that point in my career. But I was choosing. I was making sure that, you know, I had no money at that point. I had I mean, I barely can live on my friend's couch. But what I did have was a clear vision of what I wanted to do. And what I wanted to do was I wanted to play strong women, and I wanted to play women that were not personified in the media as Latinos yet. We have there are standard roles that we have had in the past, and they are very clear, and those are stories that we've heard before. We don't need to hear them again. I wanted to tell new stories. And so when I read Jane, I was like, here's a new story. And when people were bashing just the title and the synopsis, I was like, just you wait. Yep. Just you wait.
And I look at it like a Golden Globe later, this girl is on fire.
That's crazy.
And Jane, your character has had such a great transformation over, what are we, only in the beginning of season 4. Yeah. Talk about having a character that you can really see from season 1 to season 4 has had this arc where you're growing as a character. It's not just a regular TV sitcom.
I mean, so much so like season 3, when my husband dies, season 3, episode 10.
Like
I know. Oh, trust me, I get devastated every time I think about it. Season 3, episode 10, we then did a 3-year flash forward, which was such a risk. You know, everybody's like, oh my God, such a risk. Like, the fans are not going to be about that. Nobody's going to want to follow that. Viewers are not going to want to follow that. And for me, it was like, oh no, I get to just create this woman that's evolved, that now looks back at her life and says, why did I do those certain things? And I want to grow from this, and I can better myself in this way because I do that as a human being. I am not who I am 3 years ago. I'm not who I am 10 years ago. And so to play a character that can actually show that evolution, you show a girl that's now a little more privy to the fact that she's judgmental, and she's not really a big fan of her doing that. You know, like, to do that was just like freeing for me. I was like, oh my goodness, I got to reinvent a woman with the same, you know, emotional strain, the same roots of a character's foundation, and then get to a place of self-love and self-care, and now she's gone through grief, and now she's gone through loss. And who is she now, and who is she sexually, and who is she intellectually, and how is she as a mother, and how does she want to be as a mother? And to see my 2 older sisters go through so much of what I've gone through as Jane, I've had so much to pull from. And then I've been able to just talk to so many women that are like, yo, me, that was me. Like, I have gone through this. Either I've lost or I'm a mother now and I'm trying to go back to school and I'm trying to reinvent myself and I want to do this. And the truth is that I could not be more lucky to play a character like that because it has made me reflect on my character so much. I mean, some of these other roles that I play, they're fantastic, they're wonderful, but they're not characters that I'm learning from. They're characters I'm able to transform into. They're characters I get to like see, maybe dig into a darker side of myself or dig into a part of myself that's like an alter ego that maybe I'm afraid of or maybe I'm embarrassed by. But seldom do I get to be this character that makes me reflect on myself and say, all right, Gina, take a step back. Mm-hmm. Like, if Jane wouldn't do it, Jane wouldn't do anything. So
I do it.
There's a lot of things that cross out from that. But you know, that is a really awesome feeling. It kind of keeps me always on my game, like as a human being. Because let us not forget, life continues. Yep. I may act and do all these fun things, but my real life continues. Exactly. Life is real.
And being on a television show, too, you kind of get to live with that character longer than, say, you got to live with Mary or you're getting to live with future characters. And you were kind of in that new wave of how television is now the place to go. And then movies are kind of just like a side job for people. Do you feel that still? Is television really still important to you? Because I see you're dipping your feet in everything, though.
Yeah, I want to do everything, though, you know. Me and my producing partner just sold our 4th TV show. You know, I want to create my own content. I want to make new faces. I want to create new stars the way Rosemary created me. I want to do that for other people. I want to put out new narratives that we haven't seen. I want to do movies and animation and TV. And then maybe I want to, like, have a family for myself. Yeah. I don't know, you know, like
squeeze that in.
You know, squeeze that bad boy in. I want to do it all, though. There's nothing stopping me from trying, at least.
Speaking of doing it all, you're getting honored at ACLU for your Bill of Rights, guys. Can she get an applause for that?
That makes me sweat
because
I don't know if I deserve that.
While you're doing all this other stuff, you're still out there being an amazing humanitarian, and kudos to that. How does that feel, though, to get to be honored for something that you work hard out just because you care? You know?
It feels wrong, man. It feels weird. It does, because, you know, I was always raised on the belief you give gracefully or you don't give at all. You know, you do it for the fact that we've been given the chance to do it, not for the fact that we can get praised for doing it. So it feels weird, but it's badass, you know, at the same time, because it reminds you to not stop. It reminds you that, like, people are watching, you know, like, so even when it hurts or when it's difficult, there are people watching that it does matter to, so don't, you know, like, because there are times where you can think to yourself, nobody cares. Nobody cares. Or, like, you know, the world you guys all feel it, we're in a strange climate, you know, where you just never feel like you can do enough. I feel helpless when it comes to Puerto Rico. You know, HispanicFederation.org, please donate 10 cents, $1, $10, whatever you can. Puerto Rico's bad, y'all. Puerto Rico's real bad. Virgin Islands are real bad. You know, we're living in a time where you can feel pretty helpless, even when you feel like you have access to so much. So if you can imagine, if I feel helpless, you know, like that's got to be real, right? For others that don't feel like they even have access to what I have, and I feel helpless. So it just reminds me to keep on. It reminds me in those moments that when I feel helpless and I'm doing nothing and I don't think I'm doing enough, that, like, somebody's being like, yeah, you are. Just don't stop. Just keep on. Just ignore that voice and just keep on. Because that voice can be so loud sometimes.
Keep on, because you're using your platform for good, and there are a lot of people looking at you, girl.
Thank you, Mama.
And I heard you on that Lin-Manuel Miranda song. Did we all hear it? For good.
I'll drop the mic. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. Yeah. It's a joke.
Lip sync battle?
Yeah, right.
All right, I do want to open it up to some audience questions.
Please. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Hi.
It's really nice to meet you.
Lovely to meet you.
Thank you. Given the animation projects you have coming up, do you have a favorite animated movie?
Ooh, that's tough. No. No, because they're all so different. I mean, I play the Virgin Mary. To Ferdinand, I play a hedgehog. To Carmen Sandiego, I play like the most mysterious woman in the world. I mean, that's kind of incredible. You know, I'm doing a new animation where I get to play this crazy Yeti. You know, like, so, you know what it is sometimes? To compare things is not to appreciate them in their whole. I appreciate each one for what they are. Boom. And I'll tell you later to the side so none of those studios get mad at me.
All right.
I'm joking. I love them all. I'm joking.
She's like, I need that Pixar money.
Yeah, exactly. Where you at, Disney? No, kidding. I'm joking. Sony, I love you. Sony, I love you.
Who's next?
Hi, Gina. Oh my God, you're a goddess.
Oh my God, too much, honey, too much.
Really is.
I just wanted
sweat
to tell
stains.
you
I'm not. No kidding. Go on.
that I relate to you and your character Jane so much. I'm a Latina from Miami studying dramatic writing in NYU.
Oh, so you are Jane.
No.
Right. Okay. All right.
But my one question for you was that what do you say, like, advice for Latinas trying to break it in the entertainment industry? And
education. Number one advice: education. Get an education. Nobody can take your education away from you. Something my father, right? That's my dad, though. I wish that was mine. That's my daddy's. I'm not even gonna try to take that from him, but he would always say, you know, like, your car can be repossessed. They can take away your home, but nobody can take away your education, which means you can then rebuild, always. So do things with integrity, honesty, morality, and if you have an education, nobody can stop you. So as a Latina, I have done no tricks. I've done no, like, meaning like there is no special secret backdoor way, besides the fact that now we know each other and you can give your resume to Emily and we can make sure you get a job. No, I'm joking. But meaning like there were no tricks. I would say that there's no like special leap besides the fact that I am educated. I can stand in a room, I can speak for myself, and I know what I'm doing. And nobody can push me out like that. Do you know what I'm saying? So get your education. Nobody can stop you. Yeah. You got this. I'm excited for you.
We have another one here.
Hi, Gina.
Hi.
I'm actually seeing this movie on Saturday, and I'm bringing my 6-year-old grandson.
That means the world to me.
What is one thing that we would walk away from this movie?
I would say the number one thing you'll walk away with is hope. And I think that's what we need a lot of right now. I just think we need some hope. And I think that you're going to walk away feeling like pretty filled with hope. That you're going to have your little grandson being like, hope. We got this, Grandma.
I agree. I saw it, and it was so great. I watched it and just had a smile on my face, and that's all you need a little bit of today.
Oh, that's definitely. Yeah. I feel like that's what. Yeah.
So before we wrap this up, we got one more.
Hi, Beauty.
Here we go. I was going to say.
Mamacita.
Hey, Gina. It's been so inspiring sitting here listening to you talk and everything, especially as a current NYU student now in film, where we get like a miniature drama lesson kind of all mixed in there. And I was just personally wondering, like, since it's cool that you have your teacher in the audience, by the way.
This is bananas.
I was watching this interview and I was just trying to put myself like up there, like kind of in your place. I'm like, oh my God, I can really see that.
That's
and it
awesome.
Scared me, and it really
How
scared.
Exciting is that?
It's surreal and freaky. But anyway,
I can't wait till I'm asking you your question when you're sitting in this chair.
Yeah, soon.
Yeah.
So what I was wondering was from just your time at NYU, not just the drama program, but the experience in general, what are some things that you learned there that keep reappearing in your career and different things you get into?
The need for technique. I learned so much technique when I was at NYU. I am on that set 16 hours a day, 5 days a week. At times, crying to laughter to campy drama to campy comedy, from the most genuine moment to the most obnoxious. And the one thing that keeps coming up time and time again when I have a co-star that says, how did you just joke with her, turn back to me, and cry on this scene? And I say, NYU taught me how to be a fucking gangster. Yeah. And so, technique, soak it up. They're brilliant over there. They know what you need. And they know how to give you a tool, like a tool belt. Yeah. Filled. It's how I feel every day. I say, thank God I went there and got that tool belt, because I am never afraid to step into a scenario that's new to me, because she taught me how to do that. So soak it all up. You got a lot of great professors over there, Mama. Female director? Yes, we need you. Yes. I'm excited. Do I have to audition? You're just going to give me an offer? Where are we at? Oh, great. I got an audition. Great. Awesome. Wonderful.
Yes.
I'll audition, baby. Real happily for you. Excited for you.
We have time for one more. Here
Yes.
we go.
Hi.
So, as another actress here, I was wondering what was the hardest work that you've done on Jane the Virgin? Because I often watch you as like a lesson.
Thank you. I'm going to say one of the hardest moments was Michael's death, because it went from, I shot it about 1:30 a.m. at the end of a 11-page day with people screaming, "We gotta go, it's almost we're gonna pull it. She can't have her turnaround for tomorrow," which means that they have to give me 12 hours to turn around, and then that would have pushed our entire day. So it went from walking in the door, grabbing the cell phone, and then just bawling hysterically by hearing that my husband died. And I got 2 takes. And you know what? I nailed both of those takes, shit. But it was the hardest thing I ever did. I'm not gonna lie. I walked away like, oh my God. Hardest. And I look back at that and I'm like, now I get to say, thank you, Rosemary.
You are the best. We could sit here all day, right?
We really can, because I talk so damn much.
But before I let you go, you got Tyler Posey on the show now. Are you Team Adam?
You were gonna say Tyler, and he was gonna be here. I must be like, Tyler?
Behind the screen?
Yeah, I know, exactly. I have Tyler Posey, and he's incredible.
Are you a Team Adam, though? Or are you? I'm still missing Team Michael. I think he's gonna come back from the dead.
You know, I'm a Team Jane. Yeah. Yeah,
That's
she's and she's learned to take care of herself. Yeah. So have I.
She doesn't need a man.
She don't need no man.
Yeah, you don't need no man.
No, I mean, no, she likes them. Just like we like anybody of the same or other sex. But you don't need anyone. It's supposed to be an addition for a reason. They're supposed to be an addition, not a completion. They're an addition.
I like that. Well, I can't wait to see what happens the rest of the season.
Ooh, girl,
and I can't wait for you all to see this wonderful movie, The Star, which is out next Friday.
Yeah. November 17th.
Yep, next Friday, guys. Make sure to watch it. It's great. And like you said, it will give you hope.
Oh, good.
Hope's all we need.
Hope.
Yeah.
Love y'all.
I'm feeling a little song coming on, but I'll stop here.
How much I wish that I could just bust out into song with you. I can't.
We'll wrap it up. Thanks, guys, for being here. Thank you for being here, Gina.
Thank you so much. Thank you all for being here. It means the world to me so much.